Hello, user. Oh, I'm guessing that's Jyrsu. I'm guessing that's Jyrsu. Huomenta. I'm guessing that's Jyrsu because I never actually see you. Besides NRL. I'm guessing that's Jyrsu. So yeah, päivää. Yeah, Monza for the penultimate round. Penultimate. Wait. Yep. For the penultimate round for the season, we have Italy, Monza. To round off the season 1 of NRL F1 22 X-Play Tier 1. Just talk about the track for quick, but all of these things I have to now do on my phone because the Wi-Fi just doesn't want to work and I have to use my hotspot. So circuit length 5.793 kilometers. Laps 27 we will be doing short quali probably, since I don't think there will be enough people. The internet is gonna be a bit worse for this race because, well, my normal internet, my Wi-Fi is just shambolic. Is so bad, and I have to use it. First Grand Prix was held 1921. No, in 1950 for the pretty. If we want to talk about like in Formula 1, then I was in 1950. Oh no, maybe in 1951. I don't know. Corners 11. There were zones 2 on the main straight and exiting the second last, we're going into the Ascari. Best of things are turn 1, 2, turn 3, 4, 8, and 11. are basically no wait, yeah, okay. Yeah, so turn 1 and 2, I don't know that chicane's name. Wait, I'm just quickly googling Monza track map. Quick. Monza track map. Quickly getting the image to see what's the variant. What? Curva pista. What the? This is now the one. This is now the one because. Okay, this doesn't list the. Okay, anyways. Maybe this would be a bit better. No, these images are all blurry. Alright, I'm gonna have to use that one that's this. So, turn 1 and 2, Variante del Retifilo. Alright, so I'm just gonna call the first chicane. If I will even remember that name. Then into turn 3, Curva Grande. Then turns 4 and 5, Variante de la Rogia. Then going into turn 6 and 7, or to turn 6 first lemo, and 7th is the second Lesmo. Then we go into Ascari, turns 8, 9, and 10, and into Curva Parabolica, which has been recently named to Alboreto. It has still not changed. Is there any other infos? Fossil lap is 1 minute 21.046 by Rubens Barrichello in 2004. And yeah, in the driver standings in the championship, it looks like very interesting. It looks very interesting because Roadrunner, although he finished 3rd last race, AMG King didn't finish last race, which I didn't commentate on, because, well, there's another reason, but one of those things was my internet as well being bad again. So Roadrunner, the championship leader at the moment, 97 points in the lead. Jamie Dodger, I would just call him Jamie, like I normally do. 94 points in the second place. AMG King, 91 points. Emin, 86 points. Welshie, 78. James, I don't know. Technically there's still James and Mel? Yeah, and Mel as well in the championship fight still, because they are mathematically in, but realistically I would have to call it between Roadrunner, Jamie, AMG King, Emin and Welshie. James is 36 points behind and Mel 49 points behind, so they're still mathematically in, but realistically I don't think they will be able to. Well, for Mel, he would have to literally pray that Roadrunner, Jamie, King, Emin, well, basically top 5 are gonna have bad races, or like basically retire, crash out, or not score any points. And for himself, he needs to win. He needs to win the race, basically, to keep the championship alive, and then as well in the next race as well. So 2 times in a row he would have to win, and for those top 5 basically have bad races to keep the championship alive for him. And that'd be good as well for James, but Yeah. But I mean, Mel hasn't yet scored a single podium. So, but then like James, who got 3 podiums already in this season. Then Welsh got 2 podiums. Emin got 4 podiums, including 1 win. So 4 podiums, 1 win. King has 2 wins and 3 podiums. Jamie has 2 wins and 4 podiums. Roadrunner has 2 podiums and 1 win. And then if you wonder, well, how do you get a podium, like win plus podium? Well, you're in the podium while winning. It's just, no. I mean, Lewis Hamilton probably would have, like, in terms of podiums, I mean, probably less podiums than wins, if that would be the fact. If that would go that way, that wins and podiums are separate. So actually, Jamie would have 2 wins and 2 podiums. King would have only 1 podium and 2 wins. But I take already the wins and second and third as well as podiums. If you don't like it, cry about it. But that's how even in the real life we go, or they go. Yeah, we should have already started like 9 minutes ago. We should have already started like 9 minutes ago. We're now in the alright, sure, quali it is, because, well, obviously we don't have enough people to do full quali, as usual. Unfortunately, as usual. But I mean, it goes for me better, because because it has been delayed. This thing has been delayed by 10 minutes, and we only use like 18, about 18, 19 minutes for quali. And then obviously, it took some time to load those in. That shows that even my hotspot isn't the best, but we move on. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it is what it is. We have to work with this. It's better than something else. Something else. Well, that was a bad way to say it. It's better than my teammate. God's sake, my internet. Alright, Bobby's in. He said that he's gonna be mid-quali. Then there is as well a McLaren from Brownie. I don't know. Nobody looks like that they're going. Oh, there's an AlphaTauri going. There's a Red Bull. I think there's a Mercedes. AlphaTauri from Roadrunner. No, that's Slith. Slith, I guess that's how you're supposed to say. And Yusu. Then wait, is it now in the? No, I don't want a cockpit. Has anyone else going out? No, I'll quickly check the comments. Yeah, probably that NRL account on YouTube will be better, but I have to literally create a whole new account on my PlayStation just for it to work, that I can access that. So yeah, it is a bit bad, but we work. We have to work with this. There's a Mercedes coming out on track. That's pretty cool. But we go with Keegan, who's... That was another interesting line. And activating the deer is late. But they're nice. Going into the variant... the Variante del Regifilio. Actually, remember that. It was an okay. He used most of the whole ERS on an outlap. He's on a control. Alright, so he's acting like he's on a keyboard, and he goes wide already in Variante della Roggia. And he goes wide in the Variante della Roggia into the first Lesmo, turning in a bit too late, and on the exit, yeah, not good. And second Lesmo taking a bit too slow, but if he's driving like on a keyboard, then I mean we have to give a benefit of the doubt. 57.102 second sector. Scary was... Oh, that exit wasn't good. It was going pretty decent. And focusing on into Alboreto. Missing the apex. Oh, going very wide. Yeah, this corner is probably annoying for those that drive like this. 1 minute 26.117 for Keegan. I'm not trying to like say that Keegan is bad, because I mean, not gonna lie, that time is pretty bad. So Brownie goes into P1, 121.201. I'm not trying to say that Keegan is bad, although the lap time, I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty bad. But I mean, if he's driving like that, like, I'm guessing on a controller and like sort of this similar style as on a keyboard, then I understand it. I get it. Ursu goes into P2, 122.390. There's an Fattori crossing line Slith into P2, 122.260. There's an Alpine, that's Optic, but he's on an outlap. King has joined. Aviation guy. This guy's actually on a keyboard. Wait, so Optic is starting his flying lap. I'm trying to sort of get my head around in this. Brownie is not I mean, he's not even on a lap. Keegan is not on a lap. Daddy Cool is on a lap, I'm assuming. Going to Alboreto. Missing the apex. It was alright, and crossing line is gonna be a P2, 122.166. There's as well, who the hell is that? That's Roadrunner. That was Roadrunner. Alvin is gonna cross the line and finish his lap. It's gonna be a 120.865 for Alvin, and there's a provisional pole position for him. Yursu on an in lap. Behind them, that's A.A. Williams from Aviation Guy. A decent time, 54.684, I think. A 121.753 from Aviation Guy. Damn, that's even faster than some people on a controller, actually. I don't know if he's... I mean, these inputs... No, wait, that's the wrong thing. I mean, I'll have to look at his inputs. And look at that. Look at those inputs. Optic goes P7 124.805. I mean, that's literally confirming that he's driving on a keyboard and not switching to a controller, maybe. Although on a controller it would be way easier. But enough of that. I think that's Roadrunner's finishing his lap. Yes, he's finishing his lap, and crossing line he goes P1 119.882, a second faster than Alvin. Going into 119s. There's a whole mess. There's someone. Jamie is on a flying lap. Is there anyone else earlier on a flying lap? I don't think. Aviation guy. No, that's not the. I don't think. Jamie is the earliest who is on a flying lap. Second sector is going to be a 53.161. That can be a personal pole position time. Exceeding Ascari. Good. It was a very good Ascari. And going into Alboreto, basically the last corner, it could have gone a bit tighter on the entry, but still a decent corner. And crossing line, he is going to go P2 120.061, but I feel like there's still time on the table for Jamie that he can improve on. King has left the session. Is that yours? No, that's Woody. Starting his flying lap. Welsh finishing his lap and going into P6 122.067. That's Roadrunner going into the pits. Yursu starting his flying lap. Woody is here. Emin starting his flying lap. Bobby, whoa! Just saw that Emin just had a massive moment. Exiting Alboreto, and Bobby goes into P3 as well. 120.083. So very close behind Jamie. But Jesus Christ, that was a very big moment for Emin. I barely saw that. Just when I wanted to look at the Bobby, my man just decided to do a Leclerc from 2020. But luckily he saved that. Is that Slith starting his flying? Yeah, that's Slith starting his flying lap. Then Brownie finishing one, maybe. No, going into the pits. Then Urso is improving on his time. Second sector, 6.5 tenths of improvement. Woody finishing his lap, not best. 111, no, 11th. He went into P11, 123.493. Well, she goes up into P6, 121.555. Urso meanwhile improving on his time. I hope that he could further improve that time, and he goes up into P6, 121.391, almost just under a second faster than his previous time. And also, I think Dedico starting his flying lap. Here is Keegan. No, here is Keegan starting his flying lap. Bobby left the session. There's an Spawn Aston Martin, that's Welshie. That's Alvin here starting his flying lap. Behind him there is Slith, who I think already started his flying lap. Second sector, 3.5 tenths of improvement, and he's gonna cross the line with over a second of improvement, 1.2 seconds of improvement, going to P5, 121.036. Out of Brownie, but still beyond Alvin. Here's Woody going to the pits. Optics starting his flying lap. Aviation guy thing started his flying lap. Here's Welshie, but here it is Spanners and he has no fuel remaining. Daddy Cole improved his time by a second through the second sector. Probably. Let's see if he improved in his third sector. He slightly improved. Alvin is out of the race. Quali. Dedico meanwhile goes in up to P6, 121.0996. But Alvin is out of quali as he crashed out on the exit of the first Lesmo. Here's meanwhile going into the pits. That's Keegan improving on his time. But we'll look at Aviation guy. Yeah, there it is. Spun on the exit of the first Lesmo. Just pushing too hard of it. Keegan did improve in his time, but only 4 tenths, 125.722. Who the heck? This is Slith, but he already did his time. Here's Aviation Guy just under his just below his time through the second sector and crossing the line. He's gonna stay in P10, not improving his time. Optic starting another flying lap. Then that's Roadrunner starting his flying lap. Aiming 53.360 second sector, so it could be close to Bobby and Jamie, although he is 2 tenths down in the second sector. So between Alvin and Bobby, I believe, and he goes behind Alvin even 120.969. So he's still a little over a tenth slower than Alvin. So Alvin still stays in P4. Keegan does improve. I mean, he has literally no years left, but he does improve in his time, half a second. Every single lap he's improving, so that's a good sign. But he stays in P14 at the moment. Meanwhile, Aviation Guy not on a flying lap. He is as well out of fuel. Roadrunner, meanwhile, not improving on his time. 2.5 tenths down. Does a Brownie. Now he has not started his flying lap. Roadrunner, can he sort of improve his time, or does he go into the pits? Oh, he goes into the pits. He goes into the pits. Brownie starts his flying lap. Then that's Optic starting his flying lap again. Keegan, oh, as he goes off track on the exit of the second Lesmo. But he has no fuel left, so it wouldn't even matter if he would have not made that mistake. He has already out of fuel. You can sort of hear by the engine just not going. You can just hear it. Actually, not hear it, but just see from the steering wheel. Just not the same amount of speed. Brownie, I didn't see his first sector, so I have no reference if he's improving his time or not. But those see his second sector, so we'll see was he improving through the first or second. Or maybe he did find some time in the second sector. 4 tenths of improvement through the second sector, so that's a very good sign that he could maybe even go ahead of Alvin. But to Bobby it is 8 tenths from Alvin, so I doubt that he would go close to Bobby, but hey, wonders happen. And exiting Parabolica was pretty decent, and crossing line he is going to go ahead of Alvin. 120.787, still 7 tenths behind Bobby. That's what I talked about. Those guys are just something else. And whoa, that was very close between Brownie and that was Woody. But I don't believe Brownie would be at fault because, well, technically he shouldn't have gone there. Or probably it is different in the rules, but probably he would be still at fault because he crashed into him. And Brownie wasn't even on a flying lap anymore. Welsh, meanwhile, starting his flying lap. Keegan still out there out on track, even though he has no fuel left. What? And you can literally see that he's going so slow on the and he goes even wide on the exit of turn 2. I mean, I'm sort of surprised that he's still out there without fuel, trying to improve his time. He should really go into the pits. Dedico starts his flying lap. Woody starts his flying lap, probably final one. Optic goes into the pits the last second, but he's not gonna have enough time to get out and set another time. So that's his qualifying done. That is Emin. Welsh behind, improving on his time. 1.5 tenths up on his second sector. Now the last corner, Parabolica or Alberto missing the apex by a mile, but still got a turn in and crossing the line. He's gonna go P9 121.167 ahead of Yursu, but just that's a how would I describe it? Ahead of Yursu, but just not enough to pass. Daddy Cool. Jamie is starting his flying lap. Behind him, that is Keegan again, still up there on the track. MG King is gonna start his flying lap. Although ahead of him, there's a Mercedes, but he lets him through. That goes into the pit. So whoever that Mercedes is, that's his qualifying done. That's Daddy Cool, so his qualifying is done. There is Woody. Yursu, does he? He's gonna have enough time. I think he's gonna have enough time to start a flying, although that's gonna be really close. 4, 3. Yeah, he had enough time. Eamon has spun on his flying lap and damaged his front wing, so he's out. Welsh invalidated his time and no fuel, so he's out. Jamie, we'll see his second sector. Runner and King, they're in a bit of a traffic. That's a Williams spun there. Jamie improving on his second sector by a tenth. Roger not really improving. King made a no, this is King. So King, his second sector is going to be 53.286, and Roadrunner, well, we didn't see as he cuts. Well, anyways, Jamie crossing the line, and he's gonna go provisional pole position 119.744. Roadrunner doesn't improve on his time, 2 tenths down. Out of them there's Keegan, but he's low on fuel. Like I said, King off track, and he goes P4 120.377. Roadrunner doesn't improve on his time, but at 9 thousandths behind Jamie, has to settle for P2. So Jamie, if Yursu doesn't do anything, I don't think he's gonna. No, he's not gonna be able to even improve his time. Jamie is on pole position for the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza, the Temple of Speed, and getting the 11 corners right. Although, how many are here, like actual corners that you have to tackle? Actually, all of them. So here are no like Saudi Arabia corners where like half of them are just kinks. But anyways, he got them 11 turns right, and yeah, he basically did the best that he could, and that proved to him that he can go into pole position. Although I think he can still do a better time, but it was enough to go into the pole position. Runner in P2, so the two title rivals are close to each other, like they are in the standings there as well. In qualifying, Bobby in P3, separating King from these three, although King's time was pretty bad and he did only one lap. Brownie P5, Alvin P6, Eamon P7, Slith P8, Dedico P9, Welshie P10. That's not good as well for him in terms of title fights. But the rest of the grid I forgot about. I want to quickly check the constructors, because I talked about the drivers, that it's very close between Roadrunner leading, then Jamie behind 3 points, by 3 points. King behind by 6 points. Eamon behind by 11 points. For Eamon as well, the qualifying wasn't the greatest as well. Welshie P5, 19 points behind. James, who's not attended this race, so he's gonna be out of the contention. And Mel, who hasn't attended neither, he's going to be out of contention as well. So it's going to be a 5-way fight, possibly, or even 4. 4 or 5 championship fight for the last round of the season. In terms of the constructors, Aston Martin are leading the championship, but AlphaTauri, they have Slith, who's in P8 at the moment. Williams, who have King in P4, and he's pretty fast, so he can do something. And aviation guy, they doing something as well with maybe trying to go, or basically just driving his own race. There's as well Mercedes. They have both of the drivers. They're pretty decent. And McLaren still in there, although they're 57 points behind, so that's very unlikely. I think Red Bull, they're outside of the championship fight, so yeah. But yeah, as well in the constructors, there's a slight battle. There are only 2 drivers who went for the hards. That's Jamie and Emin. Roadrunner are basically Brownie and Daddy Cool for the softs, and everyone else for the mediums. That includes obviously Roadrunner, Bobby, King, Alvin, Slith, Welshie, Urso, Aviation Guy, Woody, Optic, and Keegan. So this should be a pretty interesting race. Although Bobby has I think he's left the session, or maybe blacked out or something. So, well, I don't know how is he gonna get back into the race, but I can't help it. I mean, oh, that's King and Brownie disqualified from the qualifying, so making King's job a little harder for this race. A little harder for this race. We'll see how he will compromise that, how he will do with that information that he's disqualified from that. Alvin, Woody, and and Optic there as well, disqualified from the formation lap, so they will have cold tires. Although for Brownie softs, they'll warm up pretty quickly. For the mediums, they are you can somewhat still handle them, but it's still not it's not good. Right, bad camera. Oh god, are these all gonna be bad cameras? Oh, for Christ's sake, I'll have to use this then. I'll have to use this then, because this way I can see the lights. Yeah, because I can't see the lights. I cannot see the lights. From the poster. Actually, Roadrunner maybe. Or maybe... I don't know, maybe Roadrunner. I don't know. I'll pick Jamie. Alright. Still waiting. Probably for my internet to get back. Alright, we're going to... How many lights? 3 lights? 5 lights? What the hell? We're going already. Emin has left. The Roadrunner gets a very good start from Jamie, as obviously Roadrunner has the medium, so that was pretty expected. Although Roadrunner goes wide. Oh, there's a spinner. Alvin has been spun round by Woody. I'm assuming that penalty is. So Alvin is already in the back of the grid. And King, the championship contender and championship rival, is the last with damaged front wing. That's important for the championship for Roadrunner, Jamie, and Emin, and as well Welshie. King may not be leading this championship, but he's 6 points behind the Roadrunner, the championship leader. So those are crucial points being thrown off at the moment. And there's as well a virtual safety car. Brownie is up to P4. There are many drivers who got a few positions up. Emin and Bobby, they are basically thrown out, and since, well, Emin is actually the host, so it's gonna be, we'll see how he will get back. But I think that, oh, that was pretty, well, he has spun on the virtual safety car. As the virtual safety car ends now, Yursu goes into pit for change for his front wing. King as well. Well, she doesn't, so he didn't have to pit for a new wing. Yursu for the softs, and King for the, we'll see in a moment, for the hards maybe. Optic already 3 seconds up on a corner cutting. Interesting. King for the inters. Jesus Christ. So he has gave up on this race, I would assume. Alvin has overtaken Daddy Cool into the Variante de la Rogia. Meanwhile, in the lead, Roadrunner having the upper hand on the tires, and as well on the ERS. We'll see how Jamie will manage that ERS. Although his teammate behind him is pressurizing him. Maybe Jamie should let his teammate through, who is on the softs, compared to his hards. Meanwhile, behind, I think Slith overtook Aviation Guy. I'm not sure. Woody into the pits. Brownie's at the new false lap 123.701. Emin back in the lobby. There is enabled. Emin didn't lose that much. As Brownie overtakes Jamie, I think Jamie heard me, and let his teammate through to pressurize Roadrunner. We'll see how Roadrunner, if Roadrunner is gonna lose pace, then is he gonna let Jamie through? For Jamie, obviously, it would be very good. Alvin overtakes Aviation Guy into Variante de la Rogia, and King retires on track. I think he crashed out on purpose. And there is no safety car. If that crash was on purpose, then luckily there's a no safety car. But if that was by just, I don't know, losing control of the car, then, well, that's a pretty weird one. But as well, yeah, it laid there, and I think there was a broken. Is there any carbon fiber there? Well, there's a billboard missing. That's Alvin. That's Alvin as well. That's Alvin spun. That was Alvin spun in the Ascari, and he's lost those 2 positions that he gained on Aviation Guy and Daddy Cool, and he's gonna have to get those 5 seconds back to those 2, and as well to overtake them. Bobby's still not in the lobby. I don't think he still got the invite back or something. I don't know. But Brownie, I think he's now sort of holding up Jamie. That wasn't the greatest of let-throughs from the McLaren, guys. So Roadrunner has now the gap. 1.8 seconds. Is Brownie fighting back Jamie? I mean, Jamie used his ERS. I mean, alright. I don't hate it. It's his decision, although his teammate is quite faster. But it's a slight mess in the McLaren at the moment. Daddy Coach is very close behind Aviation Guy. They go side by side into Alboreto, and Daddy Cool on the outside, leaving some space to Aviation Guy, knowing that he's on the keyboard. Although Aviation Guy kept it cool, kept it nice and clean. Aviation Guy is gonna have the DRS. They still go side by side, and going to Variante del Rifigilio. Aviation Guy is ahead, and that was Optic spun on the exit of the first Lesmo, and that has caused a full safety car. So that's good for the soft runners, because they can pit now for the hards and don't lose that much time. And Optic has crashed out now on, or just went straight, I guess. I mean, yeah, there's no. Was it swing? Will there? It's very hard to see. I can't. It's very hard to see. I wouldn't expect really Roadrunner to go into the pits, but we'll see. I'd probably expect Brownie and Daddy Cool to go into the pits, since they're on the softs, and those softs aren't gonna last. Like, they're gonna probably last for I don't know, 2 laps, 3 laps, probably 2 laps to like have that still a slight advantage over mediums. But I wouldn't really expect tries to Roadrunner goes in. Jamie obviously stays out. Brownie goes in. Emin stays out. Slith goes in. Aviation Guy stays out. Daddy Cool obviously goes in. Alvin goes in. Keegan stays out. Welshie goes in. Woody and Yusuf, they have made their pit stops. So Roadrunner has now some people to overtake, and Keegan now being one of the slowest of the drivers. And well, Aviation Guy isn't actually slow. Aviation Guy isn't actually slow at the moment. So I guess, I mean, to be honest, this track isn't that bad for keyboard users, honestly. I mean, honestly, like, first Lesmo, you're pretty much steer. Normally the second Lesmo the same. Ascari is a bit well, Ascari is a bit different, because you actually need to quickly turn and make quick adjustments, and just isn't that good for, I guess, for the key users. But honestly, like, Monza isn't that bad for keyboard users, honestly. It isn't actually that bad compared to like Singapore, where it's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, you could sort of compare Singapore to like Monaco. It's just so bad to probably drive on a keyboard. And as well on a keyboard, I mean, all of the assists you have to on. I mean, obviously you can't take off the racing line, but full traction, there has to be full traction, because you can only go 0% or 100% in terms of the throttle input, and as well the brake input. So ABS goes out the window as well. Manual you can use, maybe on a different like hand, you know. But honestly, around this track, being on a keyboard user, I think the only hard corner is probably Curva Grande, which for wheel users and control users, which to those people who know how to drive, and basically like steer like slightly similarly to like being on a wheel. Emin leaves the session. Brownie leaves the session. Alright, so I have to quickly check, is there any restart sort of thing going on? Beavis, I mean, he was basically out, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. I need to quickly check, what is there a restart going on now? Aha, so there's a restart, okay. So there is a restart. There is a restart, so we all basically leave. To be honest, I don't know why, but Weird, but alright. Oh well. No, I don't have to anything to talk about because I mean, I don't know. Now we just wait for invites. I don't know. Brown shop. Probably nobody has bought anything from me. I mean, who the hell cares about these things? Bro, 4,000 Bitcoin. How much is even 4,000? Damn, that was a fast invite. I need to quickly check. I want to quickly check. So, 2,000 Bitcoin is about €2. So basically, 4,000 Bitcoin is €4 for just some headphones, in-game headphones. Yep. No. Three. For shoes, it is. Oh my god. Why am I even in this cancer? Brand shop. Nobody cares about that. But like, probably nobody has bought anything from there. Probably like nobody has bought anything from there. Like seriously, like probably nobody has bought anything from there. Ah, so that was a fast invite, but there's nothing in here, right? I mean, alright. 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 There are 4 comments. Yeah, I know that there's a restart for desync. I saw that. Oh, you meant that comment to comment. You meant that account to comment. I mean, I don't really care. I can still recognize you. No. I mean, honestly, like, you're so I don't mind in whichever account you are on. If you're on your personal account or the NRL account, or I don't know, your weird account that you secretly have, but it is on private, or I don't know, whatever account you want on. I don't really care. This is my channel, and I don't really care. I only commentate, and the only content that I have here is basically basically commentating, and then just probably rarely I probably have some weird things that have happened in like F1, but then probably most of the times that I upload here, it's just all the incidents that I want to report. But as well, I don't really report incidents. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't have the. I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna be still about 45 minutes in here. I probably should have. I should have probably came here as late as possible. One trophy. Let's just quickly display this. To be honest, I have nothing better to do than to look at these random things. The proud owner. What the? I've just gotten that. 32 wins. Where the hell did I get 32 wins? 56 points. You finished 18 polls. 1,626 total points. Damn. Fast laps 40. DRS activated 2,484. So they count the DRS, but they can't fix the game. Pit stops, wing replaced, clean laps, they even count. What the? Races completed 100. So basically almost half of my races I've completed for on the podiums. It's driven 16th, probably I shouldn't even driven that much. Laps driven 2,512. overtakes 2,162. Penalties were 279. I've been this good 4 times. Alright. Never played ranked, social event leagues, never played those in this game. Okay. Career, yeah, I haven't played career much. Flashbacks 55 times. 2 hours on careers, Jesus. I mean, to be honest, at this point, there's nothing else for me to do. Like, what am I supposed to do when even the how does even EA music sound? It's decent. Although, is there a thing to imagine if I get like, you know, imagine if I get like, what's that? Syringe. Okay, that's renegade. Alright, so basically, like, I hope that I don't get copy strike, or whatever the name was it. No, the previous music was better. Come on. What the hell are these? Seriously, I have nothing but okay, that's cancer. No. I just like that. Alright, so literally I have nothing but other seriously don't have anything else. I seriously don't have anything else to do at this point. Alright, so let's whose F1 life should we look at? Let's look at, I can look at them. But what? My buttons aren't even working now. Alright, so I'll just go with theme. That will get theme music. Damn, that's loud. Alright, it's not that loud, but you know, I don't want it loud. Alright, so to change, not even, and so for some things it just takes really long. I don't know why. Alright, so it's gonna be 25% raise. I guess it's gonna be 25% raise. Oh. Alright. Yeah, it takes a bit of time to like go from. I guess it takes a bit of time to go from Bro, it took like, how many seconds did it took? Like 5 seconds to change from like spectator mode to go to not spectator mode. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'll just get that music back on. I don't know. No, not this. Eh. This is right. I mean, I can't listen to my own music. I'll probably listen to that right now, but PlayStation doesn't let me. Cannot use Spotify while you are using SharePlay, Remote Play, or broadcasting gameplay. So I can't really do that. So I have to use this music, which is, in my opinion, mid, but it's mid. But we have to. It is what it is. It is what it is. Surprising that my hotspot's internet is good. Alright. Let's actually try to go to someone's F1 live. No, not this. I didn't want that. Yeah. Alright, this just looks so bad. This is in the high dynamic range, I'm supposed to display. I don't want to have you this. You can probably even play back and not pause it, but yay. Italy. Weak structure. Session length. Medium. Weather is random, I guess. Yeah, it's random. And approximate. Rules and flags. Regular. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even the drivers are bored. even the drivers are bored at the moment. They're just spamming ready. My god. Alright, so the Mercedes, I mean, that is cool. Red Bull, Urso, Woody, Ferrari, no one. McLaren, Jamie Williams, AMG King, and Aviation Guy. Aston Martin, Welshie, AlphaTauri, Rodon and Celeste, Alpine, Keegan, B and Optic, Alfa Romeo, no one, and Haas, Alvin. Just gonna see how does. Damn.
Okay, be aware the car behind is catching you by
Bob.
5/10 a lap. 5/10.
Bob, shut up. Bob, shut up. I didn't need your information. Yes, I call him Bob. I'm not calling him goddamn Mark. I'm calling him Bob. I'm calling him Bob. For someone that... For God's sake, can we go already now? Nice. Nice. Pretty alright music. Let's get the audio now back to down because we're starting, so hitting all back how it was. Alright, that was weird. Yeah. We're now into the race, 25%, so should be pretty much a sprint. Pretty much a sprint. So yeah, sprint but with a pit stop. Brownie has left already, so that is a good sign. It's a good sign. Weather looks, I mean, it doesn't look like it's wet. It doesn't look like that it's wet, but it doesn't look like that it's gonna be dry. No, it looks like that it's dry, but it just isn't sunny like it was in the first race. Changeable conditions could be occurring as well. Could be interesting. It would be interesting to have them as well. But we'll see if we will have a wet race. Yeah, here the strategies. I don't think there's gonna be anything weird. Yeah, my internet is a bit slow, so that is a common occurrence. So, Jamie, Roadrunner, King, Emin, and Seleth on the mediums, rest on the softs. Only strategies that work in 25% races are medium softs or soft mediums. Aviation Guy and Optic are already disqualified, so well they're on the softs, but still bad in terms of starting, because you still have very cold tires. And if for the next and well, I think there's a thing that they wanted to remove the tire warmers or whatever they were called, then you will probably have like at this moment like 15 degrees Celsius tires. You'd need like 3 laps to heat them up. You could literally say, my tires are minus 200 degrees. What is this? Yes, that was a TRL, or not anymore TRL. Limitless is or Limitless reference. If you know who that guy was, if you know the controversy behind that guy. But anyways, was she even joined back? I didn't even realize that he left. But yeah, everybody's in. Brownie and Welshie, they can only join in on the start, at the very start of the race. Jar's already trying to line up for the position, for the grip position, so he's wanting to warm up those tires as much as possible. Jamie looks to be alright with tires. Roadrunner looks to be alright. King as well, decent. Well, Brownie, that's an AI. Alvin. Yeah, that way you have now cold fronts but warm rear, so good luck with that. Eminem has pretty good warmed up tires. What do I say, those softs? Different but still good. Warmed up tires. Alright, we should be pretty much going now. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna take the onboard from King, as well. I still can't see the lights. Although seeing the lights, it's not the worst thing, because still like the delay is gonna be big. Broken host Emin has left. Beautiful. And there are now 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights all of a sudden. And lights are out. Lights are out. And away we go. Brownies got a very good start, as well as Alvin. I think there's a D-Sync as well again for the whoa. And Jamie has gonna. Yeah, there's a D-Sync again. I think there's a D-Sync again. But anyways, Alvin in the lead. Brownie's AI in P2. Welsh's AI in P3. But Roadrunner is now up to P3. Woody in the P5. Roadrunner had some, or there was some carbon fiber getting thrown out. Welsh is back. But Jamie has the damaged front wing. Woody as well has damaged front wing. Slith up into 7th. King down in 10th. Roadrunner overtaking Welshie. So he's up into P3. And overtaking Brownie's AI shortly as well. Although Brownie's AI isn't giving up, as Daddy Cool some issues as he's off track and he is now last place on the softs. He was in pretty decent place. Roadrunner up into P2. Emin's AI is getting thrown around and down in P10. Jamie stays out on that damaged front wing. Welsh overtakes Brownie's AI as he came back. Welsh is trying to actually re-overtake Roadrunner, but they're too far back. Yeah, like I said, Jamie has stayed out on that damaged front wing. Welsh now is getting overtaken by the AI from Brownie. Eminent Aviation guy being thrown around a bit, and Radical has overtaken Optic. For Roadrunner, his next target is Alvin. Brownie has re-overtaken Welshie, so it's a Welshie can't seem to overtake the AI. So I don't know if there was a decent. I mean, it looked pretty weird on the start. I mean, Alvin got a very good start just out of nowhere. I mean, he started like 5th and he just goes up into P1. Then AI's got just massive starts. So some got pretty bad starts as well, like King and Jamie and Roadrunner. As there's a yellow flag that's basically for no one. King has tries to overtake Woody, but Woody tries to fight back, pushes King wide. Well, there's a little bit of a weaving there on the straight. Front, Roadrunner tries to overtake Alvin around the outside of turn 1 and into turn 2. They make contact in the way in. They're still side by side into Curva Grande. Alvin uses it to make contact once again. What am I doing? And Roadrunner has the inside line and gets moved on. And he's up into P1. And this is crucial. This is crucial for the championship. Jamie down in P4 with the damaged front wing. Aviation guy spins and he is damaged front wing. No, he's not. But King down in P6 with no damaged front wing. Well, she's doing pretty good. Although Alvin tries to fight back Roadrunner and he does re-overtake him into Ascari. Jamie overtakes Welshie as he had a bit of a moment. There is Woody spun, and there is as well Yursu spun, and there is a the virtual safety car. King is all of a sudden up into P4, and all of a sudden Yursu. Oh, that's Yursu out of the race. I think Optic could throw him down there, but Jamie in the pits to change off from his broken front wing to the softs. I think he's gonna try to go until the end. Welsh as well in for the new mediums. Slith in as well. Brownie leaves again. Well, Slith for the hearts. Nah, man. You don't go for the hearts in this sort of race. Oh, it's a actually a full safety car. Keegan 5 seconds for spinning in pit lane. But it's very weird with Ursa. I think someone punted him there. Could be Optic, I think, or maybe Keegan. I don't know. He has damaged front wing. Woody as well had a damaged front wing. So everyone who pitted, either pitted for, well, Jamie pitted for softs because he sort of had to. Welshie for the mediums, Slift for the hards, and Aviation Guy Woody and Keegan, they went for the mediums. Everyone else stayed out. Brownie is back. So Brownie is being, I guess, thrown around in terms of the game not liking him and throwing him off of the session every single time at the moment. Oh, apparently race is cancelled. Apparently race is cancelled. As I guess the race is cancelled. I mean, it's like this when you do crossplay. It's unfortunately like this when you do crossplay. It's unfortunate, but crossplay in this game just doesn't. It rarely works, and I don't know how you guys went like 7 rounds like this. Honestly, like crossplay for this game, it is a great intention, but they did it so badly. They did it so badly. You can't play crossplay on this game. You just cannot play crossplay on this game because it's just so glitchy and just so bad that it is like this. And the race is cancelled. So basically the standings stay. I guess the standings stay as they are right now. So for the final race of the season, we're gonna have a pretty interesting 4-way title battle for the championship. We're gonna have a four-way championship fight for the championship, and this means as well that for the constructors, only Williams, and Aston Martin can actually fight for the championship. Mercedes are 55 points behind, and McLaren 57 points behind. So they are out of the constructors as well. I'm just gonna leave this lobby because what am I supposed to do here? So yeah, it is a 3-way constructors battle for the last race, and a 4-way, no, actually 5-way championship battle in the drivers. A Roadrunner 97 points, Jamie 94, AMG King 91, Emin 86, Welshie 78. So we have a 5-way championship battle for the drivers title, and 3-way battle, a 3-way championship battle for the constructors. Although technically, I mean, mathematically, Williams are still there, 39 points behind, but I believe that's not going to be possible with, unfortunately, with Aviation Guide, it's not going to be possible around Abu Dhabi because, well, that it's just. Yeah, yeah, I was using my phone's internet, so I don't think that would be good for hosting anything. For literally hosting a server. No, a session. But yeah, it is gonna be a 5-way championship battle. for the last race. Um. But yeah, this race got cancelled because EA servers are complete BS. The only servers actually that you can host or sessions is between or basically a non-crossplay, because crossplay just doesn't work in this game. From the get-go, it didn't start. I mean, it is the first year, or the first game that crossplay was here, and it was a pretty big moment when they announced it. They're like, oh, so many leagues could like get together with like PS, Xbox, and PC. But anyways, there are still leagues like ERL, RVRL, I think, BPRL, and which other leagues I'm in? I mean, obviously there's PSGL. I think there's WR. There's so many other leagues that just don't do crossplay. GPR doesn't do crossplay. There's so many leagues that just don't do crossplay because they know that crossplay is just so bad in this game, and already like this game just for so many people it's just the same. It's just the same BS that people just can't take it anymore in this game, and the only thing that keeps them in here is basically league racing. That's sort of what keeps me in here as well, league racing and commentating. If not those two, I would have probably uninstalled this game already. But since those, well, obviously there's some factors that keep you in some things, but for me those are the two factors, league racing and commentating, because usually I don't have anything else better to do. Yeah, it's just but yeah, I mean, this was complete shambolic race. I mean, I don't have anything else to say. Yeah, well, like I said, there was decent radio of the get-go. When like Alvin got a monster start, and like the lights for me were out, but then like the top three didn't go even. The top three didn't even go, and then like it just was so bad. It just from the get go, I know there was a decent on the start. Is there even someone listening to me? Oh, there are actually two people still listening to me. I don't know. I mean, all right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, quality was so good. Then I feel like this league has just so much potential, and as well, this game has so much potential, but since EA took Codemasters under their umbrella, or like house, roof, whatever you want to call it, 2021 F1 2021 was already a downgrade from 2020, and this is even a bigger downgrade than 2021. I mean, off the get-go, the engine sound was just broken. The engine sound was broken. Then, like in Jeddah, the penalties didn't work as they should have. Then, like, just these devs just improve, like change things that we probably didn't even notice those things We didn't even notice those things, like changing George Russell's like the color on like one of the on the tire covers probably or something. Like Jesus, who? No, literally like maybe a couple of people. There's like two-digit people only complained about it, but then like there are 5 digits. I'm not gonna say 6 digits because probably there aren't even that many people playing anymore. But there's so many people complaining about this game and they even changed the physics. Everyone like at the beginning, everyone was just fine with the physics, but then they just changed it, saying that the times are gonna be different. They weren't. They just fixed that the 0-0 wings wouldn't be OP. But that was but like I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about this game anymore.